It's the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, as it's called, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. The 20, 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, 75 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
He lets it fly for Lockett. That's caught at the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 63 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw.
At their own 25-yard.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Ball at the 24 and a second and 11.
24-yard line.
The gun. They'll look to throw. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now.
Third down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now the second down throw on target. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. 32 yards, and the Cowboys have taken the lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
25-yard line.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Seahawks 7.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. 1 play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Carson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
taken down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On third down, it's Carson, and he's going to get this inside the 30.
Carson. That's good for a Seattle Seahawks. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. After one, 17-7 the score on EA Sports. On second down, it's Carson. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 15-yard line.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. First down marker at the 5. It's second and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
Jason Myers.
People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now here come the Cowboys. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Good position to be in here, second and inches.
It's second and inches.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Now the ball comes loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their 36-yard line. He gives it off to Carson, and he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Carson, the ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 40 now on second down. Wilson, he's going to air one out. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
And 6 yards.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Carson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play.
Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunky yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Now Zerline on to add the extra point.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker. Sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over first and
Chris Carson trotting back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
To Will Dissly.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
That's good for a Seattle Seahawks.
What were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
And he's got this down to the 35. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
To Chris Carson.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
For a Seahawks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Chris Carson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Lockett. Tyler Lockett. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. And now he'll touchdown, Dallas Cowboys.
Touchdown, Dallas.
They've already been on record as saying, hey, if our rookie quarterback's going to tuck it and run on a scramble, we kind of hold our breath. Well, that was a maybe no, yes, as he's able to get into the end zone.
Are you saying he's got to learn where the line is about whether you keep your eyes downfield and try and find a receiver, or you tuck it and go? And I think there's going to be some growing pains with that. I think in this case, he made the right decision.
And we know he's got the speed. He showed it there. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28.
Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. He's up near 100 yards now here in the 2nd quarter, but his team's down.
Through no fault of his own. I mean, what a nice game he's having so far. They've got to keep finding ways to get him the football. Don't get away from that. Figure out where things are going wrong with the rest of the team.
He'll be hoping to hit that 100-yard mark on this drive. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at, and that's caught inside the 30. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. His throw caught right around the 6. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They run it with Carson at a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It's a loss of 3 on what should be the final play of the first half.
3rd and goal.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly as time expires in the first half. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
Jason Myers.
You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running...
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go.
Greg Zuerlein.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. 2nd half action back underway. KJ Hamler returning it. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
He lets it fly for Lockett, and he's got some space here. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
The ball carrier.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin.
The pass. Complete to Blake Jarwin. A gain of 7.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. K.J. Wright leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Gerald McCoy with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
He ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad, but let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 3rd down, Carson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. To throw is Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They'll try to run with Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On second down, it's Pollard. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The tackle made at the...
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This to Jarwin. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Extra bulk up front for second and inches. 3 tight ends. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Here's Pollard again. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just third and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4.
Seahawks 44-yard line.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 34-yard line. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. Open man is Darius Fountain. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
There wasn't a breakdown in protection. Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack. Trying to run for it with Pollard.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They all understand that even after that loss on 1st down, they've got a field goal attempt in their back pocket. But here on 2nd and goal, this is...
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
A loss of 6 yards. It's
2nd goal. Last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 6. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down.
All right, field goal gets you the lead here. I mean, but I might want to just go ahead and go for something big.
Oh, come on, you got to kick it.
I mean, you got to be glad I'm not the head coach here, right? The whole team would want to revolt at this point.
makes the score Cowboys 37.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. It's a pretty simple formula, Charles. A field goal, all you need, that wins you the game.
And the most confident guys going out on the field to direct their teams, they've probably already talked to their kicker before they went out and let him know, don't worry, you've got a chance to be a hero in this one. I'll set you up, you just knock it through the post. His plan, get the team downfield and get them into position. They've gone over it many times in practice. That's how he's going to approach it.
And now on the sideline, everyone stay away from the kicker. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
The tackle made by
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
49-yard line.
On first down, Carson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 more there and another first down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
And now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
7-yard line.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. This is Carson. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. This would put them in the NFC title game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th.
The Seahawks, they are moving on as we say so long, everybody.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon.